What is happening, everyone? Welcome back to G-Ball Vision. Today I have for you guys another exciting unboxing to dig into. We'll go ahead and get into this guy, and we will give a little bit of a backstory on this guy. So, we'll use our Keith the Knife Freak channel unboxing knife. His link is always in the description if you want a nice custom fixed blade. So what we have, guys, is another Remette. Now this one was sent into the channel by Remette for me to take a look at, and it's going to have kind of a familiar face to it. Let's go ahead and see what we got here. I always have trouble with those. At least they give you a nice little pull tab here. And we were upside down. So they do have new packaging, new boxes, which is nice. They include a tool and a cloth. Nice. That's a good touch. Won't mind seeing a sticker though, but that's okay. So what we have, guys, is the Remette Rhino, but this one is going to be coming in D2 steel opposed to the liner lock button lock that they have. Also is going to be coming in 14C28N steel, and that has a front flipper with a button lock that is actuated by the liner, actually. So we have a very similar design here, but mechanically they will be different, and they do have the same cutout and studs, but this one is going to be a rear flipper tab opposed to the front flipper. And then, like I said, instead of just your regular old liner lock like you see here, this upgraded guy has a button lock for your disengagement, but still is a liner lock. So that is a cool take on doing a button lock. So we have a nice drop point blade, nicely coated here, and we have a cutout, dual thumb studs for deployment, and the cutout will be usable. I would do thumb flick on the stud and then reverse flick from the cutout there. We have this nice shiny PVD coated blade. I don't know if they put, I don't see the D2 anywhere, so I would love to see them go away from, you know, just put like an R or your symbol on the pivot and be done with it. It would just look so much better, in my opinion. The detent is not bad at all. It's I'd give it like a 7, 6.5, something like that. It feels pretty good. Now these are going to be coming in at a very affordable cost. I want to say right around 40 to 50 bucks. And everything that I've heard, Remette does a good job on their steels that they use and the treatment of them. You do have good access to the liner there, and very easy to disengage. It is already basically breaking in as I open and close it here. As far as centering goes, it is nicely centered up. Let's go in a little closer. That will clear things up a little bit. We have pretty good lock up there, about 25% or so, and the centering was not that clear. I didn't like it, so we zoomed in a little bit. It is dead nuts centered, so that is a nice touch. Another thing I'd like to see them do is have a captive pivot. We have a free spinning pivot, I believe. That's why it's tooled on both sides. You know, it should be captive on one end. That way it's very easy to disassemble this guy if you need to. The G10 is nice. It has a little bit of texture to it. It's been softened and chamfered. We are going to have a left-hand friendly pocket clip here. Pocket clip is your standard deep carry rollover clip there. Nice little G10 backspacer with a hidden lanyard post. Let's go ahead and see what this guy looks like in the pocket using our Issuing Stitches Hank. And you're going to be pretty much completely covered there. You will have just ever so slight little poking out there, but that's not bad at all there. Let's go ahead and we'll see what kind of edge came on this guy. Let's see what we are working with here. I do give Remette credit though. Like I said in the other Rhino unboxing, you know, they've changed their name from what they originally were, which was some just letters. They started giving their knives names instead of just numbers, basically. And they've really been listening to the community and being pretty innovative over there. They just came out with a new gravity type knife that's actuated by a slider button. So that's awesome that they are willing to listen to their consumers and put those changes into an effect and start putting out some good products. I think if they continue listening to the community and they take the suggestions that are given, I guarantee there's other reviewers out there saying to not put the branding on the blade. It would just look so much cleaner, so much better. You know, the reversible clip is a nice touch, and D2 is fine if you're going to stay down below, or, you know, below like 50 bucks, at least 50 for sure. Typically, I like to see D2 around that $40 mark, but 50 if done well, and there might be another splish or splash to the knife, then I can see 50. This is a decent size, even with, you know, XL sized hands. I can get a decent, comfortable grip on this guy. Slightly cramped, but not too bad though. This will make a nice little EDC knife, something you can beat on and not have to worry about. Speaking of getting beat on, let's check that lock strength. We are also trying a different mount for the camera and a little bit different setup. So let me know if you've noticed any change, if you like this better than the original, if you don't like it as much, or if you don't notice anything at all. So we're going to check that liner and the geometry and the tolerances in there. We'll make sure it is locked up solid. We're closed. We are open and have solid lockup there. There's no play in any direction here. And we're locked up. So let's see what we got here. Yeah, we hit the camera and the board, and it still survived. So that is good news, because I was thinking it would probably fail. Because now it might be just mine, but we tested this one as well, and on the very last test it failed. So it was a huge letdown because I really like this knife. It could be the coating, it could need some break-in, or it could be just a fail on the tolerances and the geometry in there. I've yet to diagnose that, but we'll see. Hopefully it's just the coating is built up on the lock face there or something like that, and that is why it's slipping off, because it did take the right spot and the right amount of force. So there is that, and there is some hope, but we'll take that with a grain of salt and see how that one fares. As far as this one goes, a little bit more affordable one, this thing is solid. Comes with a good edge, a nice blade shape, couple different choices on your opening methods. You have thumb studs, you have little cutouts, and a flipper tab. So you can definitely fidget with this guy if that's your game. Easy to thumb flick. You can get a ton of leverage on it. You can reverse flick off the stud or the cutout, and you can thumb flick off both as well. Like I said, thumb flick, I'd probably hit the stud, and then for the reverse flick, I would hit the cutout. It locks you in nice. You can kind of get right next to the stud there and then still be in the cutout, and you can get a nice feeling reverse flick on that guy. Push button works good. Light switch works good. It's comfortable. Now, it's not a massive knife, so if you have really big hands, because of this flipper here, you can only go up so far. So you're going to be in basically a certain grip with this guy. Now, you could cheat up here for a little bit lighter duty controlled type cut. The good thing about this size is you can get right up on that tip, though, and I like that feature of knives. That's one of my favorite grips, is that index grip where I can get right up on that tip, use my finger as a gauge for how far I want to be in that material, and give a very precise cut if I need to. It's going to carry well, it's going to carry deep, and if you're a lefty, you have the option to throw the clip on this side. They do what Miguron does or Kubi. They will flush mount the screws, which is good, and then they will surface mount the clip, leaving plenty of room to get in and out of the pocket. And what that avoids is having to have a filler tab or a big cutout with no filler tab that looks like crap. In this case, you just have a couple of screws that look like they're supposed to be there, and you are essentially good to go. I would prefer everything to be recessed and then have a filler tab here, kind of similar to the K or the KUH from Kaiser. I would rather see that. Just looks a little cleaner, even though it's basically the same thing. It's better for the pocket clip, and I think it just looks a little bit better. But all things considered, this is a decent little EDC knife right here for the money. I have no real issues with this. It came locked up solid, came centered, has good action, decent in the hand, easy to carry, affordable, lots of opening methods. It's already breaking into the point where it's basically about to drop shut. I don't know if it'll ever be completely free dropping, but it's very well breaking in now. Yeah, just like one or two shakes and she's going home. And it is nice and smooth. No grittiness, no stiffness or anything like that. So that is a thumbs up for me. We'll definitely do a deep dive into this guy, do a full overview of this guy coming up. Let me know what you think of this guy down in the comments. Let me know what you think of Remette as well. I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say about Remette, and let me know what you think about my findings with the older, more expensive brother in 14C with that button liner lock there as well. I think they're both nice designs, and I think they're built well, and I think Remette is showing a lot of potential. They still have, more to work on to get up to like Miguron and Kubi and those sorts of companies. But I think they're getting there, and I think they will get there. They just need to continue listening to the knife community and the people in the community and take that advice. A couple of things would really clean this knife up and make it a lot more appetizing for people. See, like right here, they did recess that pocket clip, so that's a nice touch, but there's no way to carry this left-handed. So there's little things that they're getting better on, but that they need to continue working on. So, you know, but all things considered, $40-ish for this guy. I'd buy this, no problem, to give it a shot and see what it's all about. Like I said, stay tuned. We'll be doing a full overview of this guy very, very soon. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. And if you're new to the channel or you've been here before and you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button down below the video. I would love to have you here. We have tons of stuff coming up the pipe. Love you all. Thank you for hanging out and watching some new content by G Bizzle, the Whizzle Whizzle. I'll throw up a couple new videos here, and here. Go check one of them out, and I will catch you on the next one.